Alright, hello and welcome back to part 16 of this challenge stream. I'm planning to just play around a little with testing for Evrae. Probably stream for 2 hours or so this evening. And I'm mainly trying to figure out which defensive mix I need to use with Riku. So I'm planning to use, I was planning to use just the Mighty Wall mix, which is the weakest of the wall mixes. It just gives the front line protect and shell. But I had the problem last time that it took so long to wear down Evrae's HP fighting from a distance against the photon sprays that I eventually had a situation where like 7 out of the 8 photon spray hits would land on the same character, and so even though I had SOS regen on my full front line and shell on 2 of the guys, they were still getting KO'd, and it wasn't clear that like I could get that to work. So one possibility is to mix Mighty Guard instead of Mighty Wall. Confusingly, Riku's Mighty Guard mix doesn't do the same as Kimari's Mighty Guard Overdrive. It gives the front line Protect, Shell, and Haste. And Haste would help because it would let Waka and Kimari deal damage to Evrae from a distance twice as fast. Meaning the chances of getting like a horrible photon spray outcome would be lower. So that's kind of the question. It's possible I could even afford to use my Super Mighty G mix, which gives Protect, Shell, Haste, and Regen. The regen would only last for 20 turns, so the main reason to do that is that it would actually be really valuable for keeping Riku alive later in the battle, so after I've got Evrae past the haste phase. So this is what I'm still thinking about. Thinking about like the bosses further on the challenge. I do think that these other mixes are going to be important, so I kind of want to use the weakest one I can get away with for this. And I think my plan is to actually have one more attempt with the same setup, exactly the same setup as I used last time. So just going for Mighty Wall and see how that goes, and then basically decide whether to go for haste as well, basically. Okay, I don't think I actually need to change. Oh yeah, I was going to change one thing, which is overdrives. So having Kimari on comrades, I think that's fine. Same for Orin. So for Riku, I actually think I might want just ally. Riku doesn't have SOS regen, and Riku's pretty vulnerable. She just doesn't have much HP, and so I really need to try and keep her alive to maneuver the airship. So I'm thinking I may bring her in and out of the party to recharge an overdrive, but only using ally, so really slowly. So let's go with that. And I don't want Break Knuckles, I want Battle Freak, in case she ends up in SOS HP, charge the overdrive a bit faster. Okay, everything else is looking fine here. Because Dark Attack only works half the time, I'm actually going to go for Power Break as the first move. On the basis that after Power Break, Kimari and Orin can survive a physical attack, So basically they're guaranteed to be able to survive a physical attack, and Lulu would not, but is only 1 out of 3 to be targeted and might evade, right? So my reasoning is that it's actually a more consistent setup for the start of the fight, since Dark Attack's a coin flip, and if I lose the coin flip, I would have a character KO'd for sure, unless they evaded. So we'll see how that goes. I still probably do need to get a Dark Attack in at the beginning, because we see 2 physical attacks in before I pull back. So maybe this is just kind of silly and I just have to win that coin flip no matter what, but I'm not sure yet. The other thing, I actually want to buy and equip the Shimmering Blade.
We got it. If we lose,
See if I can actually save after doing that. I think I can. Yeah, okay, I'll go back and save so I don't have to remember to do that every time. It's only a small boost to Orin strength, but I have pretty unlimited gil at this point, so might as well. Something else I thought about is getting an Onyx Bracer for Orin, for example, by just reloading a slightly earlier save and fighting the Chimeras in home until I got a drop of Onyx Bracer. So that would increase Orin's magic defense by 10%. So the idea would be I'd switch the Onyx Bracer before each Photon Spray and then switch out to regen only afterwards, like between the turns, and that would I think that would reduce the chance of Orin getting KO'd by being hit by too many Photon Spray hits. Although it's only gonna, it helps a little, not necessarily too much. I didn't really want to reload the old save just for like a small benefit, so I haven't done it yet. Okay, so here we see that the problem we always have at the start of this fight, which is that after the third boss's turn, Sid doesn't get a turn. So that means we have to preemptively pull back to avoid poison breath after the second attack, rather than waiting until after the inhale. So, gotta bear that in mind. Okay, so it goes for Orin, but that's fine. So now I guess I actually don't need Dark Attack if I bring in a character who can survive. Yeah, that's interesting. If I switch out Lulu for somebody like Whacker and just defend, then yeah, I guess I don't need Dark Attack. Okay, I'll try that strategy. I think I want to bring in Whacker and defend now. Kamari doesn't have to defend, so I'll just change weapon. Kamari can't die from full HP here. Oh, Orin could actually die because the regen. Yeah, he only got one regen tick. Yeah, this isn't great. I maybe need to keep thinking about this. We got lucky at least, so for now it's not an issue. So the boss's next turn is going to be a Photon Spray. So I need to pull back, and I want to have, and I then want to be able to have Whacker, Kamari, Riku is my front line for the mix. I think I want to bring in Riku as soon as possible. I want to do this with Riku or Tidus? I think I want to do this with Riku. She's going to take 2 Photon Sprays, which is not good, but I don't see a way around that. So now I want to bring Kamari in and switch to SOS Regen, because I definitely need to get these regen ticks up before that next boss turn, which is going to be Photon Spray. Whacker's just fine to chill out for the moment. Do I even want to just attack? Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty free. Yeah, he does a little damage that, and the fight's taking long enough that I'd rather just change weapon. So I could Lancet with Kimari, but that would put him out of regen, so I'm actually better just changing weapon and getting in a full plus 100 regen tick.
Don't be falling now.
So now we're going to see Photon Spray. Really just have to hope that not too much of this hits Riku. Yeah, she got hit twice, it's not ideal. I think I had a much better arrangement in the first attempt with Riku's turns, where I must have issued the pullback order earlier. Yep. Because now I'm going to mix Mighty Wall, and Riku might be in the party for 2 Photon Sprays. Okay, if she's in the party for 2 Photon Sprays, this is probably just a reset, honestly. We'll see. Yeah, she will be. Start using Lancet with Kimari. Okay, so Riku only took 2 hits there, but it's enough to get her below, yeah, 94 HP, so that's... she's not going to be able to survive something like a swooping scythe later. Alright, I don't think my... yeah, no, and she also has to take no more than 2 hits here, so this is probably going to be a reset. But that's okay, I think I learned the lesson that I can't play at the beginning of the fight with... I mean, there's just a limit to the amount I can reduce the risk, and I should just probably take the coin flip on the Dark Attack. Yeah, Riku gets KO'd, okay. Don't need to play on. It is funny how, like, the complication of the pullback orders and... because of course that takes time, right? Tidus or Riku have a normal action recovery time when that happens. So, like, timing that and getting that to work with everything else is an extra complication that means it's not so easy to just theorycraft how the opening of the fight's going to go. I mean, I could do it, but it would take writing down... I'd have to basically track the turns of, like, the 3 party members plus Sid plus Evrae. So I'd rather just do it, like, test it empirically like this and figure it out.
Tell me quick, huh? This rig ain't so nimble, you hear?
Roger, I'll give the commands.
Not alone, you won't.
Okay, so let's revert back to the Dark Attack. Yeah, that... now I'm understanding why I was able to avoid Riku taking the damage she took in my first attempt. It's because I brought her into the party much earlier. Okay, we landed Darkness, nice. That attack missed, great. Yeah, so I can actually... yeah, so I can actually issue the pullback order right now. And should just do that. I guess this actually means... maybe this means Riku's only going to be in the party for 1 Photon Spray. Yeah, that looks nice. I do want Power Break for later, for sure. And clearly I'm assuming whoever gets targeted here is dodging, so I think I can just bring in Whacker and change weapon like this. Just want whoever goes soonest after the bus, basically. Alright. So Sid is going to pull back, and then Evrae is going to use Photon Spray. And I'm going to take Riku out of the party, because I don't want her to get hit by Photon Spray. I'm only going to bring her back into mix when the front line is Kamari and Whacker. So that means I need... Yeah, so we can't do that until Aaron gets another turn. So I think I'm just going to... I think this is basically just a free attack. Yeah. Switch for Whacker here. Maybe that attack was less sweet than I thought. I should have actually switched Kamari's armor, but it's fine.
Don't be falling now.
Okay, so now we take a Photon Spray, but these guys all have SOS regen armor, so they're going to be able to heal back up. And yeah, so I wonder if I just mix Mighty Wall. I want to check the timing on this mix. Yeah, so if I mixed right now, I'll take 2 Photon Sprays of Riku, but I think I can't avoid that. Let's see if I can time it so that Oren switches to Riku and I still only take 2 Photon Sprays rather than 3. May as well start attacking with Whacker and Kamari. Or switch to regen with Kamari at least. Yeah, okay, so this is slightly bad. I would take 3 Photon Sprays before Riku's next turn if I mixed here. So I guess I'll just switch out Aaron as soon as he gets another turn and then mix. Yep. Whack it down to 4 HP. Yeah, this is why we need Shell. Yeah, so now Riku's only going to be in the party for 2 Photon Sprays, which is the best I can do unless I want to mix for Haste rather than just Protection Shell, but I don't want to try that just yet.
This is it. I'm heading with all we got.
And yeah, so actually want Whacker to attack himself here because he's at a really awkward HP total where he's going to hit himself for between 50 and 60 damage, but he's then going to gain 100 from the regen tick. So this actually makes him more survivable. Wow, so that was super lucky. Riku didn't get hit at all there. She dodged all 8, or they hit only Whack and Kamari, so that was perfect. If she can get lucky again here and not take too much damage, that would be great for later on. Okay, she got hit 3 times, but that's not terrible. She still has enough HP to survive a swooping scythe in the last phase. So I'll take that. And yeah, attack Evrae. I actually need to check the AI, Evrae AI, for this swooping scythe. Yeah, I think swooping scythe starts being used as an actual counterattack. So Evrae will do a swooping scythe to close the distance in response to being targeted from distance in the last, or like late on in the fight, which is a big problem. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. So now we're basically in a holding pattern where I want to bring in recharge or overdrive. I want to juggle, sort of manipulate regen ticks as much as possible to maximize the chance of everyone staying alive. And yeah, so I think I can... Riku's overdrive is going to charge super slowly here. Okay, I'm not going to bother charging Riku's overdrive. I'll just... I mainly want to test whether I can even survive with just Mighty Wall. So I'll just like continue on, try and work Evrae's HP down. I don't particularly want to use another mix if I can get away with it anyway, so... Go to 2 times speed. So funnily enough, because he doesn't have shell, RN is actually the most vulnerable here. So something I can consider is actually having Whacker target RN. Well, no, hold on, that doesn't work because I was thinking I could have Whacker target RN to try and get an extra regen tick, but Whacker's attack would do over 100, so because RN doesn't have shell. Oh, he could be defending though. Right. Yeah, this is something else to consider. So right now, if I defend with RN, oh, but Whacker doesn't get a turn before. Whacker doesn't get a turn before the next photon spray anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yep, we've got no missiles left. I get it. More missiles would be nice. It's too bad there's only 3 salvos. Yeah. Well, so what took a long time to happen in my first attempt, like, basically happened right away here, and Oren got KO'd. I believe he got hit by 5 of the photon spray hits. I'm not completely sure about that. But yeah, that's rough. The problem is, even if I do a more powerful mix, that will only directly benefit Whacker and Kamari, because Oren is not getting the mix. And Riku doesn't have SOS Haste, and I can't like have 3 shell characters in the front line. Okay, I'm gonna try manipulating regen ticks on Oren with Whacker. So I need to do a calculation here. Guess I can get the fight started again. So strength 14 versus defense 15, attack power 16. Okay, so Whacker does 51 to 58 damage to Oren, assuming Oren's defending. So what I want to do is basically take a HP total that's 1 less. No. I want to make it so that
Roger, I'll give
a minimum roll on the damage from Waka would guarantee bring Oren into SOS HP. So SOS HP for Oren is 514. So 514 plus the minimum damage roll is 565. Okay, so that's the magic number. If Oren has 565 HP or less, I want to actually hit him with Waka, because that'll get an extra. That'll give him an extra 50 HP basically from the regen tick. Okay, first things first. Sort out the beginning. So go for dark attack again. Worked again. It's worked all 3 times. I've tried it, even though Evrae does have resistance. So bring in Evrae, bring in Riku to pull back. Oh no! I didn't do that right. I was supposed to. Yeah, no, this is just careless. I'm supposed to wait till after Sid's turn to pull back. Otherwise, I just end up with a photon spray even sooner.
Keep our distance. Y'all have to. But tell me quick, huh?
Roger.
Not alone.
Alright, let's sequence this properly. So dark attack, power break. Now I do the pullback. So next every turn is going to be just an attack that's hopefully going to miss, and then it's photo spray afterwards. So just bring in Whacker and change weapon. Don't really need to do anything else right now. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I can fit a Lancet in. Make sure Evrae switches to regen armor. Yeah, I can't bring in Riku to mix right now. Oh no, I could actually. No, that works. I thought she wouldn't have time to get out of the party before seeing an extra phone and spray, but looks like she does. Unfortunately, there's a glitch with the. Oh, that was good. Only took 1 hit on Riku. Yeah, there's a glitch with Mix where the turn timer on the screen thinks Mix is a rank 5 action, but it's really rank 6, so you have to be careful of that. It's just shows Riku recovering like faster than she actually would. Alright, Waka was bad HP here, so attack himself to proc the regen. Oh, he crit himself. That's not what I wanted. Alright, so this is a similar situation to before, where Riku has over 200 HP left, which is enough to survive a swooping scythe later. So I'd say this is all gone about as fine as it, you know, like about as well as it could. Aaron has plenty of HP. I think I'll just defend Aaron. So Aaron has a good amount of HP here, and so does Waka, so I can go ahead and attack. By a good amount, I just mean in terms of like where they end up after the regen, like how much into white HP they end up, basically. Yeah, Aaron took a bunch of hits there. $526. Okay, so now I want to attack Aaron to get a little extra healing. Kamari just spams Lancet, of course. Now that was actually important. Like, I don't think Aaron would have quite died, but he almost would have. Okay. Everyone's HP is good here, so attack the Waka. So in this case, Waka's HP is not great. If Waka's HP is under 362, I want to have him attack himself, unless Aaron's HP is under 565, in which case I should prioritize attacking Aaron instead. Yeah, Aaron's not ended on good HP here, unfortunately, but there's nothing I could do about it. Didn't get hit too much. So yeah, Aaron's gonna have bad HP here, so I should just switch weapon with Waka than actually hit Aaron, I think. Waka's HP is gonna be fine. I guess 556 isn't too bad. But 633 is better. Okay, HP here is not bad at all. Maybe I should put these numbers on the screen somewhere so that it's easier to track what I'm talking about when I say HP is good or not. Alright. I think Aaron's HP is going to be pretty good here actually. so I don't need to manipulate anything. That's great. Oh, Oren's HP is not good here. Wow, how did I get that off by so much? Yeah, if Oren takes 4 hits here, I think he might die. Wow, he didn't take any hits. Guess that's lucky. Okay, so now Oren and Waka both have pretty bad HP, but Waka essentially has double that 324 number because of Shell, so I'll prioritize manipulating Oren's. Kamari, because Kamari has Lancet, he's super unlikely to be the character who gets KO'd. Whoa, Waka to 1 HP! Jeez. Oh, that's about as tight as you can get, I guess. Okay, so everyone's HP is actually fine. Waka's own HP is actually the worst possible. 309 is like just on the, is like literally just 1 HP above white HP. So good to attack himself there. Oren's not going to end up on a great HP total, but I can't do anything about that now. That's one thing where Haste would help, right? If Kamari and if Kamari and Waka were under Haste, it would actually mean Waka could manipulate Oren's HP better. It's not that huge an advantage though, honestly. The main advantage from Haste is rather that I'd actually just deal damage faster, which means I'm less prone to bad RNG. His HP totals look good. So do these. Actually, Kamari's not great, but he'd need to take like 7 hits to die here. Alright, Oren's not going to have good HP here, so I should switch weapon and hit Oren. Yeah, Oren's HP is about to be... yeah, that's about as bad as it can be. Not sure how things are going to pan out here, so I'll just switch weapon with Waka. Oh, it looks pretty good actually. Yeah. But if I attack, I don't get to manipulate after the next phone spray, so I'll just switch. Well, no, I shouldn't do this. I cut my damage output by too much if I'm just constantly using Waka to manipulate HP. Like, if it makes a fight go on 3 times longer because it's only Kamari, or twice as long because it's only Kamari dealing damage, that kind of defeats the purpose of mitigating the RNG, right? This is bad HP for Oren. Yep. Oh, he survived. Okay, I thought another hit was going to get him. Actually should be reasonable HP of Oren. Yeah. I still can't quite decide how feasible this is. I feel like these HP totals are both bad, but I prioritize helping out Oren. So yeah, I feel like that the first attempt I did today, Oren got KO'd almost immediately, but both the first time I tried this, which was on Saturday, and the last attempt, just like going on now, it kind of seems more feasible to actually get the HP down to the haste threshold just like this. Oh, it's bad HP on our end. I should have. Well, yeah, it's not. I'm not sure what I should have done. I'm not sure it's even worth Wacker's time. Like, Wacker maybe should just attack Evrae full, like, just straight up. Not bother with this HP manipulation at all. Get the HP down faster. It's a bit hard to say. Suppose what I should look at is like whether the squeezing a bit of extra regen actually is likely to make a difference on a breakpoint between, say, surviving 5 photon spray hits versus dying to 5. Yeah, that would make more sense. I didn't consider that. After this attempt, I can run those numbers. Oh, well, that's terrible. Orange didn't even get above yellow. Okay, well, I kind of got very lucky there. I should have kept closer eye on the turn timer. Okay, this is bad HP for Aaron. Okay, so how much XP is Aaron going to end up with here? Probably about... No, it's probably going to be okay. It's going to be like 580. Maybe more than that. Yeah. Yeah, he needed that extra HP though, because he was down at 48. It definitely feels like tracking that extra... Keeping track of like an extra 50 HP, you know, plus or minus 50 HP makes the difference here. Yeah, 536 is not good. So let's see. I haven't seen an occasion where he actually would have got KO'd if I hadn't manipulated the HP. Okay, here he's going to get up to like 580 or something. Or even higher. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, maybe the whole HP manipulation's not what I should be doing. I should just have Wacker maximize DPS on Evrae. It seems close, like, it doesn't seem like it's making too much difference. Okay, this HP total is very bad for Aaron though. And that was a crit, which does not help. There's nothing like critting your own characters when you're trying to do this stuff. Okay, got super lucky. Oren didn't even get hit. Try manipulating HP again. That's better. Oops. Didn't mean to defend Kamari. That's funny, characters are all learning the Rook overdrive modes because they're blocking attacks with Shell over and over. Yeah, it's too bad that overdrive mode is really not very useful. Okay, so something I should think about here actually is the next turn. Alright, the next turn for Evrae, when I'm at close distance, is going to be an inhale turn. And the turn after that is going to be, well, hopefully we'll have pulled back and it'll be a missed poison breath. So I should start looking for a situation where Sid has a turn after Evrae 2 turns in a row, and I can go Neo and then pull back again, so I don't have to mess around with dodging that poison breath when it comes to, like, closing distance later. So can I actually manipulate that, I wonder? I wonder if I switch weapon with Oren after this, does he get to go between the boss and Sid? Yeah, he does. Okay, let's try this. So switch in Riku. I think this works. No, maybe I switch in Titus first because Titus can. No, this is good. This is good. Is it? Yeah. So I move in. Yeah, this works fine. This actually gives me a chance to do a little extra free damage with physical attack from Oren. Kind of nice. So everybody's going to do inhale here. Can I actually attack with Kamari as well? I believe I can. Yeah, because everybody's essentially missing 2 turns here between the inhale and then the missed poison breath. So yeah, let's just deal some damage. So there's inhale, and then immediately you get to pull back. It's too bad I can only do this once. If I tried to do this multiple times, like make every waste turns by inhaling and doing poison breath, the problem would be I'd get hit by a stone gaze instead of a physical attack, and yeah, that's bad. I only want to see stone gaze once, so I can just work on manipulating Oren's HP in preparation for the next photon spray. Missed poison breath. Yeah, that worked well. I'm glad I remembered to do that. HP is bad on Oren again. We are getting there, down to 16k. Got about 5.5k to go. Not that the battle gets easier at that point. So something I need to do at some point, which I also just forgot about, but can do. Yeah, I can do this now. Is to have Titus switch to Avenger. So I need that counterattack to need that counterattack to actually bypass the haste. Nice. This isn't great HP for RN, but I can't do anything about it. Just have to hope he doesn't get hit 5 times. No, he's fine. His HP is really bad. Oh, okay. So, RN was down to 22 HP there. If I hadn't manipulated his HP, I would have just basically lost. Nice. Okay, I have to be a bit careful here though, because I'm only going to get 2 regen ticks. So I think Kamari I can't change weapon. Can Rika change weapon in time? She can. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a dummy weapon switch to help Aura and heal up more. Might even want to do the same thing again here. Yeah. This HP is okay. This HP on Kamari is not great, I guess. Oh, Aaron. Oof. Managed right there. Yeah, I think this is doable. I think this is doable with just Mighty Wall. I think I just need to... I think I just need a bit of luck. Which I'm so far getting. Though that could obviously change on any photon spray. So next thing is to actually remember the haste threshold, because yeah, this would be not the best use of the last 40 minutes if I just accidentally let Evrae haste itself, because we would get destroyed. So it's 10, 6, 6, 7. Yes, okay. And I just have to remember that that Whacker can crit, so it can potentially do up to like 250. This is bad HP for Oren. This is good HP on everyone, nice. Is this going to be good HP on Oren? Probably not really. Oh, it is. I keep getting that wrong. I think I underestimate how much... Like, I think of the regen as being 100 each time, plus just a small amount based on, like, the character's actual HP, but Oren has enough HP that... that extra is, like, 40-50 a fair amount of the time. Alright, under 11k. Should maybe have waited and manipulated Oren's HP here. I think 5 Furnace Spray hits would kill him. Only got 2, okay. Okay, so Aaron's going to heal to about 500, and then get another regen tick, I think? Yes, nice. Okay. Read the bar correctly that time. HP is bad, but I can fix it. Yep. Alright, and we are under 300 HP to go, which means I need to start being super careful with Whacker's attack in particular. That's okay, I actually need to manipulate Oren's HP again. Oh no! Despite manipulating Orion's HP, I still get him KO'd. Ah, nuts. Okay. That seems very bad because I'm about to lose another character to Stone Breath. Stone Gaze, but I guess having gotten this far I may as well see exactly how things play out from here. Okay, so this is 3 more Lancets, I think. Or sorry, 3 more Lancets would go below the Haste threshold, so I just want 2 more Lancets. And I'm not attacking with Whacker anymore. Yeah, okay, so now I'm going to do the rest of the damage across the Haste threshold of a Titus counterattack. So arranging that's going to be a little bit of a pain. I guess what I do here is a dummy weapon switch with Riku, then weapon switch with Whacker. Get a turn as soon as possible. Okay, so now I have to bring in Riku and move in. And this first turn of Evrae's is going to be Stone Gaze. So I don't want Kimari to be in the front line here. I want the front line to be Lulu. Clearly, having a third character so it's less likely Riku would get hit here would be great. Do I actually have Stone Ward? No, I don't. Maybe being petrified is actually fine though. Should do a dummy equipment switch. Yes, there's a slight advantage to having a character petrified, which is just that Evrae's attacks aren't guaranteed to shatter it, so a statue can actually be like kind of a free tank for a little while, depending on how things go. So here is the Stone Gaze. It hits Lulu. Okay, not bad. So now this is another attack and then an inhale. So this looks good for dealing with that. I want it to hit Titus because the counterattack will then bypass the haste. It's not guaranteed to do that though. It did. Nice. Okay. So Evrae is now below the haste threshold, but because the threshold was crossed to a counterattack, I should be able to continue attacking her, or it. Still not sure if Evrae is a she, but whatever. I should be able to continue attacking without seeing haste. But for now, I need to worry about poison. I need to worry about an inhale, which is coming up on the next turn. So Riku comes back in and pulls back. Okay, so this attack of Evrae's is going to be wasted. So now how are we going to go back to dealing damage? So my understanding here is that Evrae will actually counter with the swooping side attack if I target her, target it. Just reading P. Bergman's AI. But because I feel like it might work differently because Evrae's just inhaled? Okay, I'll risk it, I think. Yeah, this could be a... Well, this could be a bad risk, but because I had RNKO'd earlier, I think I'm unlikely to be able to win on this attempt anyway, so I'm willing to risk it. So yeah, so what happens here? Nice. No counter with Sweeping Scythe. Okay, awesome. Am I gonna get hit by... What am I gonna get hit by now? Photon Spray or Sweeping Scythe? Sweeping Scythe. Okay. Does this shatter Lulu? I think it's 50% too. It did. Oof. Okay, so that's a physical attack. Yeah. The issue I'm seeing in the second part of the fight is how to actually deal damage with it being a character down. So I do have time to pull back before the next Poison Breath, so I guess that's something. And if I defend here... Okay, hold on. Am I going to be at enough HP to survive this? I don't think so. So I have to bring in Whacker to defend. Right, because this attack's going to do... Yeah, this attack does 300 or so. Yeah. Oh no, it doesn't. Why did it only do 164? Oh, because he has Protect. Okay, I'm dumb. I could have had Kamari, Lancet or something. Alright, no worries. Riku needs to pull back. So now I think on this turn I'm safe from a counter attack because Evrae's basically still inhaling. Or Evrae's locked into the inhaled Poison Breath. So I can get in a Lancet here. Oh no! The Sweeping Scythe. Ah, wrong. Okay. So now this is going to be Poison Breath. Okay, yeah, and this is obviously game over. Alright, so still some stuff to try and understand about the AI in the second phase. So the thing that seemed inconsistent there is that I had Kamari, Lancet, Evrae below the haste threshold after inhale at long distance, and there was no Sweeping Scythe used as a counter. But then just then I did what I thought was exactly the same thing, and I did see Sweeping Scythe. Yeah, People Open's Guide doesn't cover any difference in those two situations, so fortunately it seems like there's something else going on that I may have to figure out here. Alright, well that was still a good attempt. Got below the haste threshold. Kind of optimistic that I can just use Mighty Wall to get through the first phase, although depending on how I'm dealing damage later in the fight, maybe I just need hasted characters in order to actually like get damage in, but not sure yet. Alright, I'm gonna take a break for a minute, grab some water, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I think I figured out a pretty solid approach for the second phase whenever he's constantly trying to close distance with swooping scythe. So I think if I had 2 characters alive, which I would have if Oren hadn't died earlier. So yeah, so someone's getting KO'd or infinite delayed by Stone Gaze. So that's happening. I can't really stop it. But if I keep the other 2 characters alive, I think I can actually deal damage at close range. I think. Because of having protect and regen to help block the physical attack. Okay, so before the next try, I guess I can just load up the cutscene, but I want to do calculation for these photon spray hits against Oren. So magic 30, yeah, so magic 30 power 3 for photon spray. Oops.
We gotta keep our distance, boys, but we can't let her get too far away.
So 103 to 116 is the damage range. Average damage is 110. Yeah, so getting Waka, right? So getting Oren above 560 or 570 health actually is relevant for whether he survives 5 photon spray hits or not. Oops. So yeah, I definitely like my strat of trying to manipulate his HP with Waka. I think I'll do that again. But I don't think I'll have Waka manipulate his own HP. I think it's so much more likely that it's Oren who's the problem. Oh, failed the dark attack. Well, that's a reset. Yeah, I need some other damage ranges here though too. I'm going to need some damage ranges for the last phase, because I definitely can't afford to have a character just stupidly KO'd to physical attack damage when they should have been defending. So that's strength 36, damage constant 16. So I'll do the numbers against Waka because he has the lowest defense, so then it'll always be safe for Oren and Kamari too. Well, Kamari's the one who's going to matter, I guess. I don't want Oren here because he's not going to protect. So, yeah, here we go. Okay, so match damage is 366 from Evrae's physical attack versus protect. That actually lines up so well with SOS regen. Like, not only is SOS regen letting us sustain through the photon sprays, it's actually going to let us sustain through the physical attacks too.
Tell me quick, huh? This rig ain't so nimble, you hear?
Roger, I'll give the commands.
Not alone, you won't.
That's an exact run back of what just happened. Failed dark attack into dead Waka. RIP. It's too bad every attempt has to start with a coin toss for that dark attack, but I guess it's better than fighting for half an hour than having a coin toss.
We gotta keep our distance, boys. Y'all have to. Tell me quick, huh?
Alright, 3 attempts in a row. Miss on Dark Attack.
We gotta keep our distance. Y'all have it. Well, tell me quick, huh?
Roger.
Not a.
There we go. Got darkness this time. There's the power break. And this is a free attack, I think. Yep. And then pull back. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, yeah, not so free, huh? Derp. Yeah, so hit every third time, trigger Stone Gaze. I was looking at the combat bar and I was like, Kamaru can just attack here, I don't need him to have his next turn any sooner. Which was true, but not all that was happening there. Like I say, at least it's good to have resets in the first couple minutes of the battle, not right at the end.
We gotta keep our distance. Y'all have to. Well, tell me quick, huh?
Roger.
Not a.
Alright, so free attacks are not free when they close Stone Gaze. Last Dark Attack coin flip.
We gotta keep our distance. Y'all have to. Well, tell me quick, huh?
Roger.
Not a.
Alright. Landed the dark attack. Great. Power break. Pull back. Do not do something to provoke Stone Gaze. Now this I think probably is a pretty free attack. And what am I doing next? So pull back, then Photon Spray. Kind of want to attack again. Oh, but then Whacker wouldn't get a turn. No, I'll just switch weapon. Okay, Camaro took quite a bit of damage, but that's totally fine. Can just start attacking here, I think. Okay, and I can mix here and only see 2 photon sprays, which is perfect. So do that. And I want to get in a Lancet. Kamaro's next turn, I need to switch the regen armor. Actually, probably need to do it now, or might need to do it now. Three hits on Riku there is not ideal. Although it's not seeming like Riku's... Yeah, it's not so clear that Riku's HP is going to be a limitation. Well, yeah, I think it still could be. We're trying to navigate to avoid poison spray in the last phase. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, Riku just took about 5 hits and died. So I guess this one's done. That's an argument in favor of mixing Mighty Guard over Mighty Wall, because Riku would have haste and wouldn't have to be in the party for that photon spray. I'm actually going to reload the manual save here and switch up my equipment just so I don't have to scroll down each time. So let's have Avenger at the top for Tidus. Oh, did I not resave after I bought the Orange of a weapon? Oh no, I probably did, it's just at the bottom. Yeah. Hunter Spear first for Kamari, that's fine. Put Regen Armlet at the top. And put Whacker's weapon at the top. Okay, looks better. I think I'll keep trying with just the Mighty Wall mix tonight, and then see how I feel next stream. I might just either give another 1 or 2 attempts of that, or change over to doing Mighty Guard and give Riku, Whacker, and Kamari haste. I really want another... Well, I really want an attempt at the second phase without a character getting KO'd by Photon Spray. I think that will... Well, I think it won't be too hard for me to figure out at that point, like,
Tell me quick, man.
can I actually still deal damage, or
Not a lot.
am I just giving myself an impossible task without extra buffs? Alright, the start here has gone fine. Yeah, Riku pretty... I'm having Riku's turns work out pretty consistently here, which is nice. Don't have the issue of somehow taking an extra Photon Spray. Alright, Riku took 2 Photon Spray hits, that's acceptable. So she'd need to take 6 here if she was going to die, which hopefully she doesn't. That's a noisy motorbike. No, she didn't take 6, but she did take a bunch. Okay, so I think the setup is good now, and we're back with rolling the dice on the Photon Spray hits. So my strategy this time, I'm not going to manipulate Wakka's HP at all. I'm only going to manipulate Arin's, which hopefully means that Wakka deals damage somewhat faster. So the key number for Arin's HP is 565. If he has less than 565 after the regen ends, then I need to bop him with Wakka. Like here, although Wakka doesn't get a turn, so I guess I just hope Arin doesn't get hit 5 times. This is a case where switching to the Onyx Bracer would actually help. Okay, we got hit 4 times, but that was okay. Yeah, I mean, there's just an element of risk in this, like, outside of committing more mixes, which I'm not willing to do at this point. Just have to hope to get a little lucky. It doesn't need too much luck though, I think, based on runs so far. I think the silly dark attack at the beginning is like way bigger, like a way bigger factor than this. Now that said, Arin's HP is at a bad point here. Yeah, he does take 5 hits and get KO'd. But I would have had to, I would have had to have Wakka not only miss his attack, but also like switch weapon and waste quite a lot of time before seeing that. Okay, let's think about the second phase for a minute, because it may be I'm just being kind of stubborn and silly, and that I really need haste for that phase anyway, like haste on Riku, for example, to be able to do the pullback without staying in the party for an Evrae turn or what have you. So let me just think about that. So I have the same issue as at the start of the fight with Poison Breath, which is that sometimes Sid doesn't get a turn after Inhale. So in that case, what happens? I have to do a pullback order preemptively. Yeah, I have to do a pullback order preemptively, and then Evrae's turn is not going to be Poison Breath being out of range, it's just going to be a Swooping Scythe. So I am actually seeing an issue here. I need to get Riku. I need a way to get Riku, or I guess Tidus, but Riku's faster, so may as well just be Riku. Like, I need a way for Riku to get out of the party so she's not taking Swooping Scythe damage. And I think that's manageable if she's under haste, if I'm a little careful. And I think for sure it's basically never going to be possible if she's not, because she's slower than Evrae. So there's 30 ticks between Evrae's turns, and there's 36 ticks between Riku's. So Riku would either be in the party for an attack or for Swooping Scythe. Yeah, and there's just no way I keep her alive through that. Okay, well, this is good, I guess. Kind of convinced myself I should just mix for the haste as well. So how am I doing that? Remedy plus Light Curtain, okay. So this should help with everything. It should mean it takes less time, we see fewer photon sprays before getting Evrae down to the haste threshold, and I'm better able to set Orin up to survive an unlucky photon spray because Waka has more turns because he'll be under haste.
Keep our distance. Y'all have it.
Let's see if I can also... Yeah, see if I can also set things up so Riku is only in the party for one photon spray. That'd be nice too.
Roger.
Not alone.
So start the same as before, Dark Attack. Failed. Nope. Why'd they have to give every dark resistance? Did it really need dark resistance? Missed the dark attack again. Rip.
We gotta keep our distance. Y'all have to. But tell me quick, huh?
Roger.
Not alone.
And missed the dark attack again. I think we're about 4 and 7 today on the dark attacks.
We gotta keep our distance. Y'all have to. But tell me quick, huh?
Roger.
Not alone.
Missed another one. I did try and come up with a way to avoid having to inflict darkness right at the beginning, but I don't think there's a way around it. So I could use a mix, one of the weaker status inflicting mixes to inflict darkness. The problem with that is it's just not that easy to recharge Riku's overdrive. So it would mean I'd end up hanging out for a while with trying to survive photon spray without shell, which gets pretty dodgy. I don't even know the fastest way to get the recharge, because Riku's not in SOS HP either.
But we can't let her get too far away.
So I can't even use... I mean, I have SOS Overdrive, but it wouldn't be active. So Ally is charging really slowly, but I don't even know if there's a better alternative.
But tell me quick, huh?
Roger.
Not alone.
No, missed the dark attack again. I think that's 3 in a row. I guess I did make it. I did land it 3 in a row at the beginning, so I want to have one more attempt. I think with getting darkness inflicted, not screwing up in the other beginning parts, and then mixing for haste as well as protection shell, and see how that goes.
keep our distance, boys. Y'all have to. But tell me quick, huh?
Roger, I'll give the...
Not alone.
Alright, there's darkness. Nice. So, power break. And pull back. Okay, so far so good. Aaron switches for Riku. So I believe I should only see one photon spray here before Riku gets another turn, thanks to the haste. We'll find out, I guess. Yes, awesome. Riku took 2 hits, but only 2. That's not bad. Okay, so Kimari spams Lancet. Aaron comes in and just defends, and Waka attacks when he can and manipulates Aaron's HP when he can't. Or, yeah, prioritizes manipulating Aaron's HP and attacks otherwise, is what I mean. And the magic number for HP is 565 or less. So this HP total is fine. Yeah, and thanks to Haste, Wacker's always going to get a turn between Evrae's and will sometimes get 2. So I think this should make things a little easier. We're still at the mercy of the RNG. I mean, would still get effectively game over from bad luck on who gets targeted by the photon spray hits, but we're better off than we were. Okay, so how much HP is Aaron gonna end up on? Not a good amount, I think. Oh no, now he's fine. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I can also manipulate the regen by just changing weapons with Waka. That's going to be even more efficient. Nice. Guess I can change weapon here and see where... Yeah, Oren's HP is going to need some help here, actually. Yep. And now it's just about okay. Alright, now it's not great, but I can fix it. Yep, and I would have had Aaron KO'd right there if I hadn't done that. And his HP's bad again. When Aaron lives on like 50 or less HP, it's because of that HP manipulation. It is making a difference, I think. That's a good amount though, so here's an attack. Kamari's basically not taking damage here. Actually, hold on. Wait. Okay, I didn't even switch Kamari to his regen armor. That's how little damage he's taken. Oh, that's so funny. Just sustaining with Lancet. Yeah, I probably should switch into regen armor. I don't want to forget about that somehow. I guess that is the power of Lancet under Haste. Like, double the damage, also double the healing. It's bad HP for Orin. So is this. That's good though. Oh, whack at a 3 HP. Yikes. Yeah, that was just got hit by 6 out of the 8. Can happen. This is good HP for Orin. Yeah, I think we're getting even more than double the damage because of having to do the HP manipulation less. So the haste is really helping out a lot here, I think. Oh, that 564 is bad. Oh, this was silly. Okay, well if Aaron gets KO'd by 40 or less HP here, that's my bad. I just meant to hit him and didn't. No, he's alright. Nice crit whacker. Wouldn't say notice more of those. This is not great HP for Aaron. That's better. Now this HP is going to be bad, so I'll switch weapon and hit Aaron. Yep. HP is good here, so get to hit Evrae, and it's a crit. Beautiful. Definitely liking those crits on Evrae rather than on Oren. Everyone's HP is good here. Switch weapon there so I could hit Oren. Worked out. Another crit on Evrae. I think it's the third or fourth one. Really good. Under 16k, nice. Kamari basically isn't taking damage. It's funny. If I was allowing, like in a challenge where I wasn't restricted on how many times I could use each mix, like you could legit solo this phase of the fight with Kamari if you buffed him with, if you did a mix to buff him with Focus and Haste, like he would actually just solo this, no problem. I guess he'd probably still need the regen armor, but see what happens with HP here. It's not good. Another crit. Almost down to 12k. I know this hasn't taken as long because I haven't started learning the silly Rook Overdrive mode on my guys yet. Okay, really got to watch the HP here. Do not want to set up haste on Evrae. Or we did. Hmm, 570 HP on Oren's not amazing. Oh, he's alright. Under 11k. Alright. We are doing it. Okay. So I am... So 667 is the threshold and it's on 902. So that is 236, so I actually cannot attack with Whacker anymore because a high roll crit would trigger haste. So just Lancet away. I think one more Lancet after this. Oh no! Oh, how did I count that wrong? Oh, look at that! Everybody's like 2 HP below the haste threshold. Okay, well that was obviously careless. I should have calculated that I could high roll a... What's it called? High roll a Lancet there. Yeah, we cannot win now. Yeah, okay, well that's too bad. But I think this test was good. I mean, I kind of convinced myself that having haste on the putty is actually... Like, I'm confident I can win this fight now. Just have to be more careful next time. But I think I'm gonna call it a day for now and stream again. Maybe not tomorrow, but sometime later this week. With being back at work, like I'm only streaming in the evenings, and yeah, there's just a limit to how long I can go before I start making mistakes, and based on the last couple of minutes, definitely hitting that limit, so still that was good. I think the strats worked out now. I think I can afford to use a mix with haste rather than just the minimum protect plus shell. I'll still have 2 other mixes with like haste, regen, and 1 with water life if I want for other bosses, so feeling good about that. Okay, I'll probably be online another weekday, like around the same time, between 6 and 6:30 PM Eastern US time. Until then, take it easy and thanks for watching.